What makes fear? Fear is a powerful emotion that can limit us. It may stem from trauma, phobia, or the unknown. It is our body's response to a perceived threat, triggering the fight or flight response. This survival mechanism is hardwired into our DNA since the early days of human evolution. Fear, as we've established, is a potent force capable of restraining us. It inhibits us from taking exploring opportunities and chasing dreams. It's a survival mechanism shaping our lives in ways we may not even realize. As we look deeper into the world of fear, let's explore the triggers of fear responses. Fear may stem from past trauma, phobias, or the fear of the unknown. Understanding these triggers is the first step in learning how to manage and overcome our fears. Stay with us as we explore more about the purpose of fear in our next segment. So what actually triggers fear within us? The answer is simple and profound. Fear acts as an advanced alarm system for our brain, its primary function being to safeguard us from potential harm. Think of it as a sophisticated alert system identifies potential threats and propels us into safety mode. Take, for instance, when we spot a snake slithering in our direction, our brain promptly discerns it as a threat and sets off the fear alarm. As a result, our heart rate escalates, our muscles constrict, and our senses hit overdrive, all these being defensive measures to either confront the snake or to evade it. Just as we learn through experience, fear too can be a learned response. For example, an unpleasant encounter, such as being assaulted by a dog, can lead our brain to correlate dogs with danger, triggering the fear alarm whenever we stumble upon one. This learned fear, often known as a phobia, may seem irrational and illogical, but the fear experienced is undeniably real to the person suffering from it. The unknown is like a seed that grows into fear. It can be frightening, much like standing at the edge of a forest, not knowing what's hidden inside. Imagine it like the change of seasons. We don't know what each new season will bring, and that can make us feel like a leaf in the wind, blown around by uncertainty. Our brain, trying to make sense of the unknown, thinks up the worst possible things. This is similar to common fears like flying or speaking in public. The root of these fears is uncertainty. We don't know what the result will be, so our mind imagines all sorts of bad things. However, being brave isn't about not being afraid. It's about realizing our fears, facing them, and choosing to keep going despite them. Hermann Hesse, a famous German-Swiss poet and novelist, said it best: "Some of us think holding on makes us strong, but sometimes it is letting go." This is true when we talk about fear. We may hold on to our fears because they are familiar, but change and letting our fears go is often how we start to make progress. Understanding what makes us scared is the first step to beating it. By figuring out these triggers, we can develop ways to overcome them, like facing fears head-on, getting professional help, or using relaxation techniques. Hesse's other point: it is not our purpose to become each other, it is to recognize each other, to learn to see the other and honor him for what he is also important when we think about our fears. We need to look upon our fears just like we look upon the coming winter or summer. Only then can we start to conquer them. Remember, being scared is a normal human feeling. It's how we react to fear that can really change things. As Hesse wisely said, there is no reality except the one contained within us. Our fears are only as real as we believe them to be. So how we conquer fear? The initial step is understanding what scares us. We must face our fears head-on. However, understanding fear does not mean we have to accept it as a necessary part of life. It is important to remember that we do not need fear to do good. We are not obliged to let fear determine our actions or control how we respond to certain situations. To tackle anxiety, it is crucial not to judge the worth of our actions solely based on the results they produce. Many of us mistake success for results, and in doing so, we forget that the journey and our intentions carry as much importance, if not more. Instead of evaluating our actions based on their results, we should appreciate the intentions behind them. These intentions, which are fueled by our unique motivations, make our actions genuinely meaningful. Furthermore, when our actions are driven by love, we feel a stronger sense of purpose. This newfound purpose allows us to face and overcome fear, helping us concentrate on the things that truly mean the most to us. What matters most is the reason why we kick in our journey, not the ultimate results being not completely within our controls. When time and results no longer dictate what truly matters, how could fear possibly find its way to us? But if we still cannot conquer fear in the ways mentioned, that is perfectly fine. Fear is a part of everyday life. It is like a lively companion that consistently finds its way back to us. How we handle fear and respond to it is what separates from others. Now let's talk about courage. Courage is not about being fearless, it's about recognizing and acknowledging our fears and choosing to face them despite the discomfort. It's about saying, yes, I'm scared, but I'm going to do this anyway. Courage is the antidote to fear. It's the quality that can help us overcome our fears and live a life of bravery and resilience. Think about some of the most courageous people you know. Perhaps they've faced a severe illness, made a bold career change, or stood up for what they believe in despite the risk of criticism or rejection. These individuals didn't let fear hold them back. Instead, they used their fear as a motivator to take action and make a change. As author Mark Twain once said, "Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear." So, the next time you're confronted with fear, remember that courage is the key. It's the key to overcoming fear, the key to personal growth, and the key to living a fulfilling life. So let's have the courage to face our fears head on, to overcome them, and to live the life we've always dreamed of.